All right, Kayshon. Just to look at your journey from New Iberia to where you are now in Foxborough playing for such a prestigious dynasty like the New England Patriots, man. Like, is it almost everything that you could have dreamed of?
Yeah, dreaming as a little kid, everybody dreams to go to the NFL. Not everybody get to experience that opportunity, But think, yeah, it's been my dream my whole life, and we here today, like you said, playing for one of the best franchises known in the NFL, and we where we at today, getting ready for the AFC Championship this weekend with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. So.
You just said it, man. One win away from playing in the Super Bowl, a kid from New Iberia. Did you ever think that would be possible for you?
I wouldn't say it was impossible, Obviously I know it's not easy to get to, third year in the league. My first year we went 4-13. Last year we went 4-13. Then this year we finished 14-3 in the regular season. Won two playoff games, so 16-3. Getting ready for this weekend. So.
You had a pretty major catch there in the divisional round, man, like a snag, one-handed pull down. Walk me through that play. What were you seeing? Did you know you were gonna kind of be able to haul it in like that?
Um, So, obviously we know it was on Stingley. Caught up same deep ball on him last year, same corner, the end zone, same go route. So going into this week, I just said, we've been hearing a lot about their defense, which obviously their defense is good. I'm not discrediting them, anything like that. But as far as that play, I line up. So one-on-one opportunity, pressed, no safety help is everything you wanted. And I think it was a great play call by our coach. And we call it dagger. Shit, two go routes on the outside. Safety rotate left. We're gonna take this one on one. He rotate right. We're gonna take this one on one. And that's a ball everybody dream of, a catch everybody dream of in a big moment. But just a go route, fighting through contact. I wasn't really able to get both my hands through, so I kind of just fighting with the DB. They get away with the little tucks and the holes of the wrists and stuff like that. So just creating separation. And at the end of the day, it was a great pass by Drake. Then a good catch.
Talk a little bit about your connection with Drake May. I mean, I know he's young in the league. You're young in the league. Y'all are, synerging kind of together. How has he been as a quarterback for you to be able to help you become a better receiver?
I mean, he been great, but as far as a receiver, I'm the type that I do with the quarterback. Say, whatever way you want me to run it, whatever way you want me to do it is the way I'm going to do it. Because at the end of the day, he the guy throwing to you, and it's all about making him comfortable. So I think that's been my mindset ever since he came in. Obviously, he came in last year as a rookie. I seen potential in him, a lot of people talked about Joe Milton. He was good too, not discrediting him at all either. But I believed in Drake since he got here, and just working with him since day one. Like he once said in the interview, we was on scout team together, and we both worked our way up, and now we sitting here today.
How cool is it to see that, man, knowing that y'all grinded together, you know what I'm saying, and y'all were able to get to this point now, like you said, one win away from being in the Super Bowl.
It's great. I feel like our coaches helped us get what we at today. We work in practice every day to perfect our craft, and obviously, we don't get to see what each other do. We separate as receivers from quarterbacks, but we see the progress on the field.
Um, have you kind of thought about what that moment may be like if you guys are to win on Sunday and how you'll feel knowing like, man, we're gonna play for a Super Bowl now?
We got a lot of guys in the room. At the start of the playoffs, Coach Rays was at practice one day. He said, if you ever was still playing around this time last year, put your hand up." And there was only one person. It was Milton Williams. They won the Super Bowl last year, the Eagles, and think that really hit home for everybody. It was January. I forgot exactly what day, but everybody was already on vacation, doing what they do, watching football. But I think just being here today, playing football, you make it past that first round, past that second round, and now we in the third round. I mean, everybody want to be here, but not everybody get the opportunity. So it's a blessing at the end of the day.
If a kid that's from New Iberia, from the Lafayette area, or just from Louisiana in general sees this, what's your message to them of kind of your journey, being able to make it to this point and just being able to chase their dreams?
I say everybody go through stuff, you know. The hard times is always gonna get better. Just keep your head down, keep on working. I promise you it'll get better.
You mentioned about hard times, man. I read your article in the Players Tribune, man, and very powerful stuff. First of all, I want to say that, like, what kind of pushed you to want to do that? I know, like, that space allows y'all as athletes to be able to speak freely about things that's going on in your life. Why was it so important for you to put that message out there?
And it happened almost 2 years ago when everybody found out. But it was really like 3, 4 years ago I was going through it. But you know, like you said, it's not easy to come out and say that. I felt like the Players Tribune wanted to work with me and get my story out. And I felt like it was good for me to kind of finally talk about it. I never really sat down and really talked with nobody the way I did about everything I went through. And at the time, I thought of it as me like just going through something at the time and didn't really know that it was an addiction. Like a lot of people think that addiction is always just drugs, pills, different stuff like that. But I mean, it's many forms of addiction.
How freeing was that for you to be able to do that?
I feel like it was good. I wouldn't say like a weight lifted off my shoulder because it did happen a couple of years ago. But I mean, it wasn't like no sob story to anybody or anything like that. It was just me kind of talking about my journey and where I'm at today. Thinking me more, you know, kind of getting that off before the playoffs, and now we making this run. You know, at the end of the day, we do what we're supposed to do. It all make the journey even better.
No doubt, man. Back to ball. I know in the in the press conferences, Sean Payton said some things, and you came back and said your little piece and everything, man. Just could you speak to like how big this game is going to be, and how you guys plan to be able to go in and try to beat the Broncos?
I mean, we know what's at stake is win or go home. I think from our aspect, it's like we came too far to give up now. Like Diggs say, we all we got, we all we need. You know, we've been playing excellent on the road this season, 8-0 on the road. We've been doing great with the environment and everything like that. And it's another challenge for us, you know. Like we one game away. This everything we always dreamed of. A lot of people been in this position, never really had the chance to experience a Super Bowl, you know. So we know what's at stake.
You talked
But I
about
would say everybody motivated.
no doubt, man. You talked about Stephon Diggs there. How has he been in the receiver room, having somebody that's been a prolific receiver in his career, that's been able to help nurture you as a young receiver in the league as well?
It's always good to have a guy that got a lot of football knowledge with us too. You know, when he first came in, very energetic, love football. He just a guy you want around. But also, what I feel like I never really tell a lot of people is sometimes it takes a good receiver on side you to really push the best out of you. And I feel like that's what kind of happened this season. I was like, you know, it's always that mindset, like, yeah, I want to be better. I want to do it better. You know, when you got somebody out there that's giving it day all, it just make you want to be great too.
How excited how excited are you to play in the AFC Championship game, man?
First time, I'm excited. You know, I try not to think too much of it. At the end of the day, it is another football game, but like I say, it's win or go home at this point, so we know what's at stake.
All your family and stuff coming up for it too?
Yeah, I got a couple people, but with this weather thing, it's hard. It's hard for everybody trying to move with flights and stuff. So
Yeah, I know, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I guess my last thing for you, man, you know, another thing that you talked about in your Players Tribune article was being a father. How much has that grown you as a person and helped Kayshon the person grow in different aspects of your life?
I would just say on the field, you know, I kind of keep football and my separate life separate. But I would just say off the field, you know, college, you know, you do dumb shit, make crazy decisions, this, that. But knowing that you got a kid that following your footsteps, you know, it kind of changed your whole mindset. I would say when I was in college at the time, I had a Hellcat, I had a track hawk, I was into the speed racing on the highway, switching lanes, like that was honestly me. And it took me having a kid for me to be like, all right, it's really time for me to change my lifestyle. Got a slower car, just start driving slower, kid in the car, you know, just being smarter, but also every decision you make can affect him at the end of the day. But just knowing you got somebody to look up to, somebody you got to take care of, it mean a lot. It'll change your mindset quick. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people underestimate. I think fatherhood is the greatest thing.
How old is your son now?
3.
3 years old, man. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome. Anything else you want to say or add, man?
No, I think I'm cool.
That's good, man. Well, congratulations to you on all your success, man. We're gonna be rooting for you back home, man, and hopefully we talking again leading up to the Super Bowl, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.